Hello, and welcome to another edition of All or Not According to Jack. Uh, with the word metal above my head only means one thing. It means time for another episode of Top 3 Metal Albums by Year. And we're going to talk about 1983 with a little bit of a twist, which you'll see in a little while. So let's get right to the first album. So album number one, and again, as I state, these are not in any particular order, but these are three albums that I just, I really like, and it's, all released in the same year. So the first one is by a band called Motley Crue. Album, Shout. Shout at the devil. So I love the very beginning where where he says in the beginning blah 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 blah. Very similar to the way Iron Maiden and the Number of the Beast had those spoken words in the beginning of The Prisoner and the beginning of Number of the Beast. So Motley Crue has it for beginning of Shout at the Devil. It's kind of a synthesized voice, but really cool. Goes right into shout, shout, shout at the devil. Then they go into Looks That Kill, great song. Bastard, consider that bastard dead. And then of course there's they do a really blistering version of the Beatles song Helter Skelter, very good song. Too Young to Fall in Love, I think that's the song that really got me hooked on this album. Knock 'Em Dead Kid, also great song. So that's Motley Crue. Eventually they would put a movie out on Netflix, very funny at times, but in 1983, for me, they were in their prime. So let's talk about the next album. We did mention this gentleman a few years ago, back in 1980. So he was the lead singer first of Rainbow, then Black Sabbath, and then in 1983, he put out his first album, Mr. Ronnie James Dio, the golden voice of metal, with the album Holy Diver. So doesn't even start with Holy Diver. It starts with an even better song, I think, on the album. Stand Up and Shout. Great song. Of course, there's Holy Diver. Don't Talk to Strangers, another great song. Straight Through the Heart. And then, of course, a little synth opening. Rainbow in the Dark. Oh, great stuff. Amazing album. Not to poo-poo any of the other songs on the album. There are a total of 9 songs. We didn't talk about Gypsy, Caught in the Middle, Invisible, Shame on the Night, which is another good song. So there's Mr. Ronnie James Dio. For me, this was I think this was his apex, his very first album. He would do some other good stuff, but I don't think matched this album. So really cool stuff. So let's put our first 2 albums up. There they are. We'll get to my little twist in a second. So for my third album is another favorite band of mine, Accept, Balls to the Wall. That's the first song of the album, but you know what? Not the only good song on the album. This is loaded with freaking metal anthems. London Leather Boys, great song. Fight It Back. Head Over Heels is pretty cool. Love Child is a good song. not to be confused with the Diana Ross song, Turn Me On. Please turn me on, turn me on. I can't hold it. And then another favorite of mine on this album, Losers and Winners. And then, of course, Guardian of the Night, another great song. This album just freaking kicks ass. Can't go wrong with it. I was, the time I bought it, I was looking for something that I didn't know. I took a chance, based on the song Balls to the Wall, but you know what? The rest of the album did not disappoint. So in any event, so this is my little wrinkle. So every now and again, what's going to happen is I'm going to come to a year where I can't just give you 3. I have to go to a 4th. And, I originally had the 3 albums, Shout at the Devil, Motley Crue, Holy Diver by Dio, Accept, Balls to the Wall. And you know what? I just did a recent ranking of the albums of Iron Maiden, and I'm thinking, how the hell could I not include this album? So let's get to it. Let's find it. So there it is. Peace of Mind. So we're going to call this episode Top 3 or 4 Albums of 1983. That will happen on occasion. I'm not going to give you any advance warning, but there are a few years where I do have to do that, or I have to give you not 3, but 4. So let's talk about Peace of Mind. Starts out with the blistering drums in the beginning. Where Eagles Dare. Great tune. And then it starts with a slower second song. Revelations, great tune. Flight of Icarus, one of my all-time favorite. Die with Your Boots On, another favorite. The Trooper, everybody loves that song. Still Life, okay, all right. I even like Quest for Fire, Sun and Steel, and of course, To Tame a Land is a great song to end the album. How did I originally not include Peace of Mind? I would have been kicking myself. Either that, or I would have had to go back and re-record this episode. So there you have it. Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil. Dio, Holy Diver, Accept, Balls to the Wall, and of course, Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind. This is 1983 in the year of top metal albums. I am Jack Toledano, speaking for all and nada according to Jack. If you like what I do, please subscribe. Put your comments in the comments section. I would love to hear your top 3 or top 4 for 1983. And, shout out to everybody who has been participating on all these episodes. Thank you so much for doing it. On a final note, I would just like to give, shout out to my brother-in-law, Mike. Get well soon, Mike. We want you back full strength. Thank you for everything you've done to help me out in the last year or so. Peace, everybody.